Welcome back to Forget About It, Cuh. We have a special feature today. We're actually doing uh, a uh, uh, a first and second movie. So we're doing sequels today. We are doing the movie Wayne's World, and we are also doing the movie Wayne's World 2. So we're gonna try to hit two movies in this time we have together. It's been a little bit of time. Justin and I, we both had a lot going on with life, but we're back and we're excited to talk about Wayne's World 1 and Wayne's World 2 today. So, let's just get into it. You have Mike Myers, not the guy from Halloween, and you have Dana Carvey as the two main actors in this first and second movie. Now, is it true that um, these movies originated from a Saturday Night Live skit? Is that true
It's
or false?
absolutely, it's absolutely true.
Yeah, yeah. And these guys, Mike Myers is such an interesting actor. One thing that I really enjoy about his movies, he rarely ever plays kind of his normal self. A lot of times he plays kind of a very eccentric character. For instance, in this one, you could tell that I doubt that was his real hair. Austin Austin Powers, he played a very eccentric. He actually played multiple characters in the trilogy, the Austin Powers trilogy. He was in another movie called A View from the Top, where he played a very funny character. Yeah, I mean, he just plays just eccentric characters very, very well. What's your thoughts there on kind of like Mike Myers type movies?
I agree. He said his biggest influence because he grew up in Canada. His family's from, I believe, either Scotland or England, and so has a huge influence of English British comedy. And if you watch his other stuff, you can definitely tell he's been influenced from like Monty Python and all the stuff from like mid 20th century British humor. Austin Powers is obviously a play on James Bond and some other things in from that era. But yeah, he always plays very uh, non-traditional characters. I think the only movie that I've ever seen him in where he kind of plays a traditional character would be So I Married an Axe Murderer. And like
Yep.
he kind of plays it straight in that movie somewhat. Obviously, he plays different characters in that movie as well. He's kind of got like he kind of has that Eddie Murphy like thing about him where he wants to play multiple characters, multiple eccentric characters, and he obviously can pull that off very, very well.
Yeah, he really does. And so, kind of a brief overview if you guys haven't seen this movie. So it chronicles these two guys. They start a TV show in their basement. In the first movie, a CEO executive comes across the show kind of at the beginning of the movie, and he wants to make them, big time. And but in doing so, you can tell that he doesn't have the best intentions. And this guy is played by Rob Lowe, you know. And Rob Lowe's kind of an interesting guy. He's not, a huge, he's been in movies, he's been in TV shows, but not I wouldn't say like a Tom Cruise, a Kurt Russell type, but a very good actor. Hasn't aged much over the years. But he plays a great character in this one. And the love interest for Mike Myers is Tia Carrere. One movie that she did that I really enjoyed, if we're going back to movies in the 90s, True Lies. So I believe
That's right, she is in that.
she was in that movie with Arnold and Jamie Lee
Yeah,
Curtis, and
yeah,
that was she's a great actress. So I really enjoy her movies as well. And she's a love interest. Mike Myers' character, Wayne Campbell, goes to a concert, sees her, and just becomes kind of like kind of falls in love with her, and it kind of shows them stepping into the spotlight as well as him kind of pursuing her. Another thing that I super really enjoyed about these movies is how there's a lot of fourth wall breaks because of the way that it's filmed. And so, he's talking to the camera a lot, which I thought was just real interesting and kind of a fun part of that. The way that Mike Myers, like I said, he plays Wayne Campbell, and then you have Garth, played by Dana Carvey. the way that they interact and they kind of monopolize the camera because, in the movie it's their show, right? And
Yeah.
they're kind of interacting with that a lot. So I thought that was a real fun part of this movie, is the fourth wall break. And going into sequel two, it's more the same. But it's man, both movies are very fun, lighthearted, lots of good comedy, lots of good cameos. What are some of your thoughts there, Justin?
You know, it'd been a year since I've seen these two movies. And about, I want to say about a year ago or so, I asked my wife, I was like, have you ever seen Wayne's World? She's like, no. I was like, all right, let's watch it. So we watched the first one, and she's like, oh, that was cute. And I said, well, let's watch the second one. So we watched it. And my son's 6, and so I try to filter like certain things that he can watch. And so I watched the movie. I'm like, all right, I have to skip past this part, skip past this part, but he can watch this and get some of the jokes. And in watching these two movies over the last 2 years, the separate times that I've seen them, I really have. I don't know if it's nostalgia. I hope it's not, but I really think these movies are high quality. I mean, for what they're going for. I mean, these movies are not trying to win Oscars, but um, for a movie that was built off a Saturday Night Live skit. And there's been many movies like that. Coneheads, if you go back that far, The Ladies Man with Tim Meadows,
A Night
uh,
at the Roxbury, Jim
Night at the
Carrey.
Roxbury, MacGruber.
Chris Kattan, Will Ferrell. I
That's
almost
right.
said Jim Carrey because he was in one of the Saturday Night Live skits.
Yeah. Of all these Saturday Night Live skits that turn into movies, this is by far the best one.
Yeah,
If we're talking about Wayne's World 1, okay?
yeah.
So I definitely think it's really, really good. Obviously, the chemistry between Dana Carvey and Mike Myers is impressive, which is kind of interesting. Mike Myers, if you look at it, it was born in 1963, okay? Born in 1963. Dana Carvey was born in 1955. Only 8 years apart, but if you think about it, who are the other actors on Saturday Night Live at that time that were probably closer to Mike Myers? Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley at the time. And while Chris Farley is in this movie, you would think based on their age that you would see more comedies aligned between Mike Myers and Adam Sandler, Mike Myers and David Spade, and so forth. But the
Right.
fact that Dana Carvey and Mike Myers have this chemistry with these two characters is very, very good.
But
Um,
in a comment you made, which is kind of fun, is Chris Farley appeared in the first and second.
different
And
characters,
say again.
and they play different characters.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I think he played two different characters because he was, I think he was security in the first one, and then he was trying to make it into kind of like a security type or
Like a
be
roadie.
part of the crew that's helping pull off the concert, right? In the second one.
Yeah. So with the first one, the main plot line is obviously they have the show. Then you have Benjamin Kane, who's played by Rob Lowe, come in. He likes the show from the standpoint that he can try to monetize it, commercialize it, and sell it to Noah Vander, what's his name?
Or the guy from Noah's Arcade.
Yeah, they want to sell it,
Isn't
and
that Bill Murray's brother?
yeah, he's Lou in Caddyshack. He's also the boss in Christmas Vacation. That's
Yep.
right. So his natural progression is he worked at a golf course, he managed a multinational corporation, and now he's running an arcade business. So, um,
One thing he said that I thought was so hilarious is every time he would talk, he goes, the kids are coughing up quarters.
but anyway, you have Wayne, and you could probably tell that Wayne is a bit more, we'll call it sharper than say Garth. Garth is kind of out there in his own little world.
And
Um,
kind of shy, right? Kind of shy,
yeah, kind of
introvert, off
introverted.
camera.
Yeah. But nevertheless, Wayne does have some level of acuity to where he can identify what the heck's going on with Rob Lowe's character and what's happening with him trying to infiltrate his relationship between him and Cassandra. Um, and,
Well,
and and what is the song that always plays in his head every time he sees Cassandra?
oh, uh, Dreamweaver?
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver. All right, and then let me jump ahead to Wayne's World 2. Um, to me, one of the most kind of like crazy things is all right, so Saturday Night Live skit, it's a sequel, right? And who plays in the sequel? None other than Christopher Walken. And I'm thinking, how did they get him for the sequel to Wayne's World 2? I mean, that just, with his resume, that kind of blew
Yeah,
me away that they got him for the second one. And that was just, I was like, man, that's good stuff. And then, the second one, so instead of, an executive coming to kind of make them big time, the second one kind of deals with Mike Myers kind of feeling like he has no purpose, but he ends up in a dream being told by Jim Morrison that he needs to put on Wayne stock, right?
that's right.
And so it's like you said, it's an SNL skit, but the way that they were able to make kind of a fun movie off a very simple plot, I thought was fantastic. Christopher Walken, Chris Farley was in it again. You had I really like the guy that played Cassandra's dad, and I loved when he when he met her when he met him for the first time, and as you could expect, they had to fight in order for him to get approval, which I thought
Yeah.
was a
Well,
fantastic scene.
it was definitely a parody of all the late 60s, early 70s martial arts movies that were obviously made over in Japan, but when we got them here in North America or the States, they had to dub them over.
Right.
Like even if you watch some of the Bruce Lee movies, it's obviously that they're speaking in some type of foreign dialect, and then when we get them here, it's like, how are you talking? But
And
but not.
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's one scene from that fight that I thought was so funny is when he answered the phone call. And it's like every time he would do something, you'd hear like it almost be like a punch sound when he was like trying to take the call.
Yeah. No.
Uh,
You, you should actually look this up because I'm one of those probably like everybody nowadays when you watch a movie you're like, all right, how was this made? Who was going to be cast in the role? Who are they considering? The interesting thing about this movie, the second one, was the first one was extremely successful, right? The first ever Saturday Night Live movie that really hit it big. Okay, highly successful. Bohemian Rhapsody becomes very, very successful again for Queen. So immediately the studio wants them to produce Wayne's World 2.
right.
Well, if you look it up, Mike Myers said, okay, he wrote a script based on the plot of a movie that came out probably back in the 30s or the 40s or the 50s. I can't remember.
Okay.
And they were going to green light that script because the producers at the time, the production company, did not realize that the new script was based on a movie from the 1940s, 1950s.
Yeah.
Well, they were already like a month into production when they realized that they had a copyright infringement,
Oh wow.
and Mike Myers almost got sued by the studio for not being forthcoming about where he took the script from. And
Yeah.
so they basically had to go back within a month's time to rewrite a completely different script, and this is what they came up with, which I have to give them credit. I absolutely love the second one.
Yeah.
I think the second one is funnier than the first one. I think the
Yeah.
first one's probably a better movie, but the second one's funnier.
All right. Who are some as as we've aged, right? I just had a birthday. What are some of the surprising cameos?
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
I appreciate it.
I didn't want to do that to you the other day because I didn't want you to turn 40.
What are some of your favorite cameos of the two? I'll give you a couple of mine.
Okay.
Um, so one is Charlton Heston, right? That how they like they got Christopher Walken. How do they also pull in Charlton Heston into Wayne's World 2?
I once knew a girl on Magnolia Street.
Look, can we get someone? Can we get someone else?
I know it's a small part, but come on. No, that scene's great. Um, Obviously, like I said, I hadn't seen this movie up until about a year ago for like I hadn't seen this movie in like 20 years.
Yeah.
And so when I rewatched it the first time, I was like, oh yeah, Kim Basinger's in this movie.
Yep.
And Kim
Yep.
Basinger has always been playing like either a femme fatale or a lady in distress, like in Batman.
Right.
She was also in what, LA Confidential. She's been in a lot of movies. She's had a great career.
She
Don't
was
get me
in one of
wrong.
the Bond movies, right?
That's right, with Sean Connery.
Yep.
Um, she's had a great career, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen her in like a comedy like this, and she does it so good.
Yep.
Uh, she's very impressive in it as Honey Hornay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You also had Drew Barrymore. She
that's right,
was in it.
yeah. She was the
Um,
receptionist at the radio station, right?
yep. You had the guy that plays Al Bundy, also plays in Little Giants.
Ed O'Neill.
Say again.
Ed
Oh
O'Neill.
yeah, Ed O'Neill. Yep. And
Yeah.
I man, like they just really, and then they also pull in a bunch of, real rock stars, which I thought was pretty cool with Steven Tyler. So I mean they really pull together a great cast, all in all. And I was just like I watched, you had made the recommendation that you'd watched it recently, and I went back and I think I watched both of them about 3 weeks ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed both of them, and enjoyed the recommendation obviously and found those, and so both, man, both are fun watches. I highly recommend both. And then the last thing that I'll say is that it's kind of fun at the very end. They have multiple types of endings.
Yeah.
The first one they said, well, let's go to the Scooby-Doo ending, right? And so
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
pull the guy's mask off, and he said, well, had it not been for those kids. And I think they also had, they have the unfavorable ending, right?
Yeah.
Where Rob Lowe's character gets the girl. And they
Yeah.
do something similar, right? In the second one, don't they have?
Yeah. They do, I think, three endings, one of which was the Thelma and Louise ending.
Yep.
Yeah, where they drive the car off the cliff. Um, but yeah, it's definitely how they do these like alternative endings at the end of the movie in both. Very, very, very funny. Like I said, I find myself enjoying the second one better
Yeah.
just because there's like so many like cutaway jokes. One of my favorite parts of the second one is when they're supposedly flying over to the UK to meet the roadie that Jim Morrison gave him in the dream.
Yeah.
And I think Wayne says, "I hope they really fly us over and not use body doubles from a far distance or something like that."
And you never see their faces.
Yeah, and Wayne becomes like 6'4", but
Yeah.
that part always cracks me up too. Like the second one to me is, like I said, it's not a cohesive movie like the first one is, but it's definitely funnier when they go in the bar and they're doing the YMCA and all that stuff. That's just
Yeah.
priceless.
Well, and another scene that really jumps out at me, is Garth when he can't get by the one guy at the concert, and so he goes back and he gets his belt on, and I think
Yeah,
it's a curler, right? It's a hair
yeah,
curler, with
yeah,
electricity going through it.
yeah.
Hi, I'd like to get by now.
No,
And then he throws it back and forth,
yeah,
and then he puts it in the holster, and everyone cheers for him. I'm like,
yeah.
that's good stuff. It's funny because Dana Carvey, he didn't do a ton of movies. I feel like as we kind of reminisced on his movie career, he didn't do a ton of movies. He
You
was
know,
he was a pretty funny guy.
he's more of a stand-up comedian slash sketch comedy
Yeah,
actor. Like the fact that he's gone on Saturday Night Live, even when he wasn't, obviously a cast member, he would go back and host a show or go back and play Joe Biden or George Bush Sr. or whatever it may
yeah,
be. Like, he's such a great comedian. He really is. And had
yeah,
such a great career, even though his movie career is kind of limited. But no doubt, really enjoy Dana Carvey. Mike Myers is obviously a comedic genius, and both movies I definitely enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
highly recommend.
we're at the stage now. If we were to cast it again today, this one really kind of tripped me up, and I'll kind of throw out a couple, that I would I would kind of I would try with. So my thought is because I kind of feel like Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, they used to do a lot of things together, like they kind of they kind of they had good chemistry, like you said.
Yeah.
So two people that I thought that they kind of have fun chemistry and they're a little bit younger were like Andy Samberg and the guy that played in Hot Rod, like his buddy or his brother or stepbrother in Hot Rod. I think they are both in a band together. I thought they could maybe pull it off. Now the hard part with the other guy is he's not blonde, and with the
Yeah.
blonde hair. My other thought, and this was more inspired by actually an SNL skit that I just could not stop laughing at, was Ryan Gosling and the guy that played so
Mikey Day.
say again.
The actor is Mikey Day.
From
You talking
the
about the Beavis and Butthead
The
character?
Beavis and
Yeah.
Butthead. I thought they could potentially take a chance at this role. Gosling with the blonde hair, he tends to be very selective with his movie roles, but after seeing that skit, that was man, that one anytime it pop up on any of my social media, I just had to watch it all the way through.
You know, you you brought this up like this one is so difficult for me to like recast Wayne and Garth. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's fair to do that. But if you had to, one name did come to mind was Andy Samberg. Just because I just think his style of humor would fit in nicely with what they did in these two movies. If you want to go Ryan Gosling as Garth, I definitely think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
I definitely think that could be a case. For the Rob Lowe character, based on looks alone, I would pick Zac Efron because he's looks very similar to Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
If you were going to go that route and just pick somebody that could pull off kind of like the young, kind of cocky Rob Lowe character in the movie, maybe Glenn Powell.
Okay.
Um, Now for Tia Carrere playing Cassandra, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, that would be a tough recast. Hmm.
I don't know. Nothing comes to mind.
Well, one thought maybe. Did you ever see Live Free or Die Hard? Did you ever see that one?
I did.
I think her name is Maggie Q. Do you know who that is?
No, I do not.
Yeah, see, Google Maggie Q.
Maggie Q.
She could potentially be a good fit for Tia Carrere
Oh
character.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think she could be.
Yeah.
Uh, I think she could pull off the Cassandra character pretty well. And the dad, maybe Jackie Chan.
And Christopher Walken, you can just come back and play Christopher Walken if you
Oh
want
man,
to.
he was in Severance. I don't know if you watched that show recently. I mean, I think he's still acting, and he's probably what is he 90?
He's got to be like early 80s.
Or okay, because
Yeah.
I mean, he was also a Bond. He was in one of the Bond movies, right?
That's right. He played Max Zorn in View to a Kill.
Yeah. So I think we got a decent casting there. Uh,
So so what would you give the first one on a scale of 1 to 100 and the second one on a scale of 1 to 100?
you mentioned it before. Obviously, I don't think this is going to win any awards, but from a standpoint of like enjoyment, I'd give the first one, I'd give it probably.
Let me write down my
Oh
score.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Let me find a sheet of paper here myself so that we.
So Wayne's World, the first one. Okay. Tear this sheet off because our production value on this podcast is really high level. Um,
May have been. He may have been sleeping on the job.
let's see. Let's see. It's funnier to me. I want to. Wait. The first one's a better movie, but the second one's funnier to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this.
No, you're good. Mine are very close in proximity.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Wayne's World 1. I Is that a bank statement? What is that?
Let's see. Oh no. Does it see through the? Give me one second. Let
Okay.
me get a sheet of paper here.
80. I
Actually,
gave it
it's
an
funny because
80.
I actually saw right through. I saw your number, but I'm going to write the same number again.
There it is, folks. An 80. Wayne's World, the first one gets an 80.
All right, I wasn't far off. You see it?
82.
82. All right, let
Okay.
me check
And
the
the
second
second
one.
one, ready?
Yep. That's so funny. That's literally what I had. That's so funny.
Yeah. No, I love these movies. I can
Yeah,
watch them again.
I really, yeah. Like I said, I think the fourth wall break to me just really kind of like separates it from most movies
Yeah.
and actually adds like a big piece where, man, it's like you can do so much more with the movie when you're trying to talk directly to the audience.
Here's something interesting. For years, everybody's been talking about whether or not Mike Myers would bring back the Austin Powers character and we could get another Austin Powers movie, which I would love to see because really enjoy those movies. But Dana Carvey, even though he's like 70s and still really good shape, Mike Myers is only 62, 63. Why not bring back Wayne and Garth and just do another Wayne's World?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, they're
I
not
would,
90, they're not 80. I mean,
yeah.
they could easily do another Wayne's World.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, no pressure, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe what we'll try to do is try to get Dana Carvey on here one of these days.
I know he's a big fan of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's never
We,
not said that he watches all of our podcasts.
yeah, we've had to turn him down twice to come on the show to talk about the other movies that we reviewed.
Right.
But
All right.
so we have to do the Kevin Bacon thing, right?
Yep, yep. And so you are in for a treat, my friend. You know what? I'm not pulling on RIPD.
Are we banning that movie completely?
Not yet.
All right,
Come on now.
I'm gonna close down my browsers. I'm not looking. All right, so you or me?
I'll go first.
All right, so what's the number I've got to beat? All right, so go ahead.
All right. So Mike Myers obviously is in Wayne's World. He is also in Austin Powers Gold Member.
Hmm.
And someone that plays Austin Powers at the very end of the movie, Tomas Cruz.
He plays him at the very beginning of the movie.
I thought he played him at the end as well.
You're right, he did.
What is it the beginning too? So yeah, so
Yeah,
Austin Powers is played by Tom Cruise in the movie, right? In the
yeah,
movie, Austin Powers.
yeah.
Tom Cruise is in a movie where there's only a few good men
Uh-huh.
called A Few Good Men with none other than the Kevin, not sausage, not Canadian ham, but bacon.
Very good.
A
You're proud
two.
of yourself. So that's two. So I can't go that route.
Is that the route you were thinking?
No, but that's quite all right. Because I'm pretty sure Kevin Bacon was in a movie with Kim Basinger, hopefully. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you got two movies to choose from here. Was Kevin Bacon in one of the Wayne's Worlds? I don't even know. Was he uncredited?
All right, this is gonna be difficult. All right, because I can't go down the Tom Cruise connection. So let's see. Gwyneth Paltrow was Dixie Normus in Kevin Spacey was Dr. Evil. Danny DeVito was Mini Me.
A mini me.
Oh gosh, Kevin Bacon. Kevin freaking Bacon. I'm blanking right now because none of those people were in the movie. They are up there. Um,
He's blanking with Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. All right, Kevin Bacon, good actor, a lot of movies. Give me a second. Kevin Bacon. You know, Kevin Bacon was a big star in the 80s. He really was. Like he did
Yeah.
Footloose and other movies. And you would think that him and Rob Lowe acted in a movie together because Rob Lowe was a big 80s star as well. St. Elmo's Fire.
Was there any Nancy Travis connection?
Yeah, you want to go down the So I Married an Axe Murderer route? Yeah, well, Nancy
Or
Travis was in uh the Three Men and a Little Baby movies, but I don't think Kevin Bacon was in those. Um, he may have played the baby. I'm not really sure. All right, Kevin Bacon. I'm blanking on movies with Kevin Bacon right now. I really am.
Let's see. So
Oh, I got
R.I.P.
it. I got it. I got it. We're good. All right. So
R.I.P.D.
no, I got it. We're good.
He's
Uh,
R.I.P.D.
no, we're not doing that. Wayne's World stars Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe was in a movie called St. Elmo's Fire with Demi Moore. Demi Moore was in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
Let's go.
So that's three. You beat me.
Or no, or do we tie?
No, wait a minute. So
Because I went Mike Myers to Tom Cruise, or Wayne's World to Austin Powers to A Few Good Men.
I went Wayne's World to St. Elmo's Fire, St. Elmo's Fire to Few
A Few
Good
Good.
Men.
Yeah,
So did we tie?
yeah, we tied.
Let's do a tiebreaker.
Yeah. All right. Name a movie with Daniel Carvey.
Besides Masters of Disguise, right?
And Trapped in Paradise, Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage.
Nick-
No, this
Yeah.
is these are two that we really enjoy. All right, so do you want to pick another movie, or I know on our most recent podcast before this one, our episode 4, we had
Yeah.
talked about The Matrix, but we had a special kind of double feature, Wayne's World 1 and 2. Do we want to go ahead and pick the one that will probably come after The Matrix?
Yeah, we need to pick a movie as an alternative to The Matrix because I don't know if I'll have access to watch that movie on
Okay.
time. So let me go into a website that helps you artificially gather intelligence um, and type in a movie. So let me see here. We'll do a new chat. We'll do this. What genre do we want and what time frame?
Oh, that's a great question. Do we want to try to pick another sci-fi movie? Because that's kind of what The Matrix was. Um, just to give us an alternative. 90 to 2010 sci-fi.
Man, you really love sci-fi movies.
Or, I am open to
You give us a sci-fi movie from the 1990s for us to watch. Want to do that?
that's The Matrix.
Uh, provide provide 10 movies and exclude the Matrix. Ready?
All right, let's do this. I'm thinking Fifth Element may be on there. Let's see. Interesting list here. One that
All
jumped
right.
out to me is Starship Troopers.
I've only seen, okay, I've seen Men in Black. I've seen the Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've seen that once. I've seen Starship Troopers, which I actually like, and I've seen The Fifth Element. I want to say I've seen Contact. I know that's with
Is that Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster, but
So
uh,
this one I've seen Total Recall, Starship Troopers, Fifth Element, Event Horizon, Men in Black. What would you think about doing Men in Black?
I would think we should do another movie.
Sounds good. Tommy Lee Jones. We've already had a Tommy Lee Jones movie.
We did?
Yeah, we had No Country.
That's right. That was the first one we did.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
let's switch up genres. Let's
How about
do
10
you want to
movie
do
from
movies with Paul Walker where he's driving in a car for most of the movie.
movies, Paul Walker involving him taking down Dominic.
Toretto. And eating
List, list five.
tuna sandwiches with no crust or something. Let's see. Well, it's narrowed it down. I feel like, and if we're looking for an original film, what do you think? Are you leaning toward one?
Well, let's be honest. I love this series. In fact, let's be honest, it's what our show is named after. When he says "Forget about it," in the second Fast and
Yeah,
Furious. Sorry, Too Fast, Too Furious. Um, I love all these movies. They're highly entertaining. They're of all like pure popcorn movies. I will sit down and watch this over Marvel. Sit it and watch it down any over any other like modern day movies.
yeah.
But let's be honest, none of these movies are really that good, except for maybe the first one. So I say we go out with the first one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the next movie that we will do, now that we got to pick, I mean, AI assisted us here, and it just happened to uncover that Paul Walker taking down Dominic Toretto involved these five movies.
And we put pretty broad parameters on
We
this.
did. We didn't want to put too many filters down.
Yeah,
Uh,
and AI knows based on the parameters we gave. They gave us five great recommendations here.
all right. So the Fast and the Furious from 2001, the original, which is definitely not a remake of
Point
uh,
Break.
Point Break with cars. All right, we'll do that one.
That sounds good, man.
All right.
So Fast and Furious it is. In the event you do catch Matrix on one of the streamings, then we'll work that into the mix. Does that sound good?
All right, we can do that.
All right, man. Signing off. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed our Wayne's World 1 and 2 double feature, and we will see you next time.
All right. Until then, forget about it, cuz.
Forget about it, Ka. I'm outie.